could do.
I did not unmute myself. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to Tales of Agius. We're here for session 3 now. We're really getting into it now. Session 3 is actually where I take the gloves off, and now player deaths are on the table.
Please.
Looking at you, Tom.
Let's go.
I've been asking.
Yeah?
Second
You
time
told
around.
me right before session. You told me right before session that you're traumatizing
I
me with my backstory today.
lied!
I'm off the hook.
No, you're not. No one's off the hook.
Oh.
Nobody's off the
What?
hook.
Who
Anyway,
said that?
speaking of last session, let's dive into a recap of what happened last session, shall we? So, last session on Tales of Agius, after the party had defeated the shambling mound, they went their separate ways to explore different parts of this small town. Astra and Bishop went to the farmhouse and explored the barn that was nearby that Bishop hoped to potentially have some of the party members stay in for the night. Astra, seeing that the barn was a little run down, decided to use some of her magic to start repairing the place using the mending cantrip. It was very interesting to watch this basically fairy tale princess doing hard labor in their ball gown. It was very interesting.
And heels.
And heels? Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes. Heels too. Yep. It's a whole thing.
Horse heels.
Try running in those. We'll see how that goes. Or walking in them. You're gonna have so much fun when you get to traveling.
Speed is always
It's gonna be
have.
great. No, I wouldn't do that. It's gonna get painful after a while, but you need some walking shoes. But you know, that's what it is. Anyway, Bishop then decided to head on inside the barn itself, exploring, trying to kind of scope it out to make sure that everything was safe inside, and discovered hidden in one of the bays a set of manacles, a large set of kind of partially rusted manacles that were chained to the wall with inhuman-like scratch marks that when he placed his hand over them seemed to have a similar shape to them, but they were definitely claw marks. And taking a note of that, we then moved over to Veldren and Sybil, who... Actually, no, sorry, we went to Aridia first. Aridia went and talked to some of the NPCs at the tavern, speaking with our wonderful favorite girly, Cell, who has nothing shady going on whatsoever. They had a wonderful conversation about each other, where Aridia learned some things about Cell and, you know, where she comes from and such like that. It was a very, very, very interesting conversation, and she hinted that there might be some ways they can help each other out, maybe. She mentioned that she was looking into a rumor in town about a monster that roams at night, and seeing whether there might be some truth to it. And then we went to Veldren and Sybil, who went to the Abbey to find somewhere safe to speak with the young sorcerer Ezra, so that Sybil could give them more details about what they know about their powers and the threat that lies supposedly in Cornucopia, and they should avoid going that direction. They were quite convincing, as they were able to find a place to speak to them, and yeah, with some good rolls, was able to be quite convincing. And Ezra seems to have their mind changed and may decide to go a different way, perhaps heading to Phelan, as the dreams that they have been receiving have been telling them to do. A dream that supposedly Sybil had, but not for a long time. based on what Sybil told us. Veldren, witnessing all of this, also noticed the pastor's daughters, who were identical twins, who kind of worked the abbey. Identical in the fact that they were once identical, but now have similarities, one being perfectly healthy, the other seeming to fall to some sort of sickness or potential curse. Grey skin, scraggly hair, black veins, all pointing to something Veldren seems to know a little bit more about. He even spoke with the father about the condition and kind of compared it to some similarities and warned that they should keep her away from other people. But yeah. From that, the party then met up again, heading over back to the tavern to kind of get their bearings and work out potentially places to stay for the night. Veldren and Sybil were able to secure a room at the Abbey, and Bishop, Astra, and Aridia, I believe, were going to be staying at the farmhouse. I believe was the plan. Whilst speaking about the potential rumors in town, Abraham, the farmer who had invited you to dinner with him, overheard this conversation and mentioned something of a werewolf, potentially, that was this supposed monster that people had seen in town. He expressed great interest in this, as he believes that his long-lost wife was potentially taken or killed by this creature. After this, the group headed to the farmhouse to settle in for a lovely dinner, when Bishop decided to take Abraham aside to ask him some questions about these manacles that he had found. Oh, sorry, never mind. That might be putting it lightly. Decided to take Abraham by themselves over by the barn, put on their form of dread, turning themselves into a monster very similar to the one that was described, and proceeded to interrogate this man about these manacles. Abraham, seemingly terrified of his form, knew nothing of these manacles and was absolutely terrified for his life, begging Bishop to spare him. Bishop, realizing that maybe he might have gone a little too far, quickly backed off, and Abraham was able to escape for a while, escaping the situation and kind of heading off back towards the farmhouse, tail between his legs. And I believe, did Aridia come out at this point? I can't remember. I don't think so. No, she didn't. But I believe at this point, Bishop just headed into the barn by himself, and I think...
If I may, DM,
yes.
As Bishop walks into the barn...
Oh, we haven't finished the recap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're planning to do a thing. I haven't finished the recap yet, but I believe that was everything, unless I have missed anything. No? I don't think I've missed anything. All right. Well, with that,
you
then...
being a cutie patootie.
Just so adorable. No, I
Stop.
love your face.
I believe everyone has gotten inspiration as well from the wonderful Lissa. Thank you very much, Lissa. I believe
Thanks,
another
Mom.
Inspire play went out
And
as well.
Tom and Cola.
Yes.
I'm like,
believe
if
someone else got
I haven't used my ones from previous sessions, do they stack up?
Yes.
So will
Make
I have,
sure you're
like,
keeping track of your
now?
inspirations, y'all, because they will carry over.
Cool.
If they do keep on stacking up too much, though, and y'all are not using them, I may have to go to they are per session, because you should be using them. Otherwise, people will forget. Otherwise, you'll get to the end of the campaign and be like, just kidding, I have 25 rerolls, which I'm not going to allow.
Say,
yes.
Just as a throwing it out there idea,
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this? If you keep stacking and get to 10 inspirations.
Maybe.
Instead of being it as inspiration, it's now an advantage. That way you can't just keep stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking.
We'll see. We'll make a plan. We'll make a plan. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah,
I
that's
shall
just
make
an
a
idea.
decision.
I had.
Workshop.
We're not there yet.
Workshop.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah, okay. So with that, then I leave it over to you guys. Bishop was heading into the barn. I believe Veldren and Sybil and Aridia and Astra, I think everyone else actually headed on inside the farmhouse. But Bishop, you were heading back into the barn. What were you doing as you were heading back in there?
I just want to do something very small as I'm walking away from Abraham. I just want to cast prestidigitation on him so he is not in his own piss.
That was a figure of speech, my guy. He didn't literally piss himself.
But you said something smelled bad.
That was a joke. That was a joke, Tom. It's fine. Anyway, yes, you can do that if you want. Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
well, if he didn't piss himself, I'm just prestidigitating all the sweat so he's not, like,
Fair.
drenched.
Fair. Yeah. All right. And then so you were just heading back into the barn? Are you doing anything in there, or are you just the barn of shame?
Shame. I'm gonna head into the barn and wait for Abraham to go back into the farmhouse.
Mm-hmm. He does
And then
so
I'm
at
gonna
quite a quick pace.
Okay. And then once he's in, I'm gonna, like, make a break for it and head back into town.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Where
I'm
are you going?
I'm just heading to the blacksmith shop and finding Liam and picking up that blanket.
Okay. Yeah. You go there. He's you hear kind of as you approach, you hear the telltale sound of an anvil going, kind of humming a song to himself. But yeah, you kind of come up and you see him. He kind of sees you approaching, and he just goes, "Oh, hello there, Bishop. Good to see you. Are you all right? Is there anything I
yes,
could do for you?"
I'm doing quite alright. I just came to pick up that blanket.
Oh, yes, I can. Let me just finish this real quick, and I will get it for you. Yeah, and he just kind of, because as the blade he's working on is still hot, he kind of, actually no, it wouldn't be blade. He'd be working on some horseshoes, I think. And he kind of, yeah, he's not much of a weapons crafter. There's not really much need for them here in this small town. So, yeah, but he kind of takes his hammer and just finishes that, kind of douses it in water. You kind of hear the hissing sound, and he kind of lifts it out, hangs it on a hook with a few others. And then, yeah, he kind of heads kind of into the small kind of outhouse hut that he has. A few kind of couple of minutes go by. Do you want to make me a what's your passive perception?
My passive perception?
Yes. What's your passive perception?
12.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. You wait a few minutes, and yeah, you just kind of wait, and he brings out the blanket that he promised you. What color was it? I'm trying to remember what color it was.
Blue.
Blue. Yes, a lovely blue knitted blanket. And he kind of hands it out. I believe you paid him in advance for this, I think?
Yes, I give him 5 gold.
You did. And he kind of just hands it back to you. He's like, this is the blanket I promised you. Thank you very much. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure you want to pay 5 gold for this? I mean, I would usually, I mean, I'd be happy to give you this as a gift. You've done a lot for this town, or you've been here.
No,
are you sure?
As much as I appreciate it, I'm most sincere. Especially since this is coming out of, this was yours.
Well, I mean,
think
yes,
of it as
but...
paying it forward. I'm sure we'll come back to this town again, and
well, I look forward
you can buy me a
to,
drink. How'd that?
Yes, I could definitely do that. I could absolutely buy you a drink. That would be, yes, that would be very lovely. I would like that. so if you decide to stick around. But yes, I do need to finish these horseshoes, but
So I will not keep
thank
you
you
from
very
your
much.
work any longer.
Thank you very much, friend. I hope you have a good night.
And you as well.
Kind of just gives you a smile and goes back to working on another piece of metal, kind of starting to fashion it into the horseshoe shape. And
I
yeah,
will make my way back to the
Make my way.
farmhouse.
okay,
And then I will place fold it up very nicely, place it in front of the door. Cast prestidigitation, so there's a little note card on top. In very,
I don't think that's how prestidigitation works.
I know it is. You create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit in your hand that lasts until the end of your next.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was all scent based. I take it back. Oh, yeah, you do
And
that.
you make a color or a small mark or a symbol appear on an object or a surface for 1 hour.
I thought that
So
would be
that's what I'm
that
gonna
would be a
do.
mirror image thing. Oh well. Oh, not mirror. What am I thinking
Minor
of?
image.
Minor image. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Minor illusion. Yeah.
You learn something new every
I'm
day.
just gonna.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do that and like illusory and very fine calligraphied cursive. It just says Astra in gold lettering on top of this blanket. I'm going to knock on the door and very quickly run back into the barn.
Oh my
barn.
god. Are you? What's that called again? What do you guys call it?
Ding dong ditching? Yes.
Yeah, ding dong ditching. You motherfucker. Swear to God.
Yep.
Well,
Knock knock, Ginger.
going back to the rest of the group, kind of going back in time just a few minutes probably. You guys, all the four of you, head inside this very nice farmhouse. It's very kind of like tall ceilings, big wooden beams kind of holding the place up. It's what you typically expect of a farmhouse, kind of big open rooms. There's a kind of room off to the side with a big warm fire going. It is very homely. It's very nice. There you can immediately, all of you, pick up on the scent of something really good cooking. And yeah, it's better than rations, which some of you definitely will have been living off for a little while. The scent of a very nice home-cooked meal wafts into your noses. What would you guys like to do? Don't all speak at once.
I think I go in and just start setting the table and everything. Like
Okay.
I come in, it's like I gotta keep myself busy. I gotta be doing something.
Yeah. You kind of heading over
let me help
towards
you.
the kitchen then?
Oh yeah,
Kind
just
of in
to,
the
like,
direction of
help
the
set
smell.
table and
Okay.
everything.
Yeah. You head over to the kitchen, just hoping to find like utensils and stuff. And you kind of follow the scent of the smell, and you head in, and you find a young man with kind of short, gingery hair that very much resembles his father. The kind of set of ginger hair, clean-shaven face, look like it was done recently, is working at some sort of meat and vegetables, kind of like cutting some carrots on the side and stuff like that. It kind of turns to you and goes, "Oh, you must be the guest my father mentioned. Very very lovely to meet you. I'm Frankie.
Veldren, a pleasure.
Oh, Veldren. It kind of gives you. It's a very firm. These are farmer's hands. Like he's
I cry.
Yeah. He just yeah. He's kind of shakes your hand. Oh, your arm just no. It's firm, but it's a warm embrace. It's not. Your arm is fine. Put it that way. Your arm is fine, but yeah, it's a firm handshake. It's a very friendly kind of firm handshake. It's like, dinner should maybe be another sort of 20 minutes or so. Currently,
Of course.
I think my sister's currently grabbing a few last things that I need from outside, but I should have pretty much everything I need. If you guys would like to, make yourselves at home, you've done a lot for us. We really appreciate it.
Well, where are the utensils and plates and everything? I'd love to help set the table.
Oh! Don't worry. I've got that
I
covered.
insist. Give me the honor of helping you and your family.
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
15.
15. Okay, it wasn't a high DC, but he just smiles. It's like, all right, if you're gonna continue to help, I see. The helpful types. That's very much appreciated. And he kind of gestures over. It's like, utensils and such are just in the cupboard over there. And yeah, you were able to kind of make your way over. You open it up. There are plates, cups, bowls, everything you could possibly need. You're able to grab all the bits you would need. And yeah, you're able to start laying the table. What is everyone else doing?
I don't think Sybil's being like nosy, but she's definitely just like still near the door, but looking around a little, just like
just kind of taking
curious.
things in. You like, again, you see this very kind of cozy kind of lounge. There's kind of a couple of sofas set up, a nice kind of rocking chair. Looks very finely crafted. And yeah, this like big, nice open stone fire pit. It's very homely. You see kind of large staircase kind of leading up to some upstairs rooms where you imagine the bedrooms are. As you're kind of like looking around the room, the door behind you kind of opens. You kind of have to like scooch to a side as the door kind of opens. It does not knock into Aridia. Make it 2 for 2 with doors. It does not. You're fine. You're good.
Sybil
It's 'cause Sybil
Yeah, it's because Sybil didn't open it. You kind of step aside as the door kind of opens, and there a young woman steps in, kind of with a bundle of kind of herbs and such in her arms, a few extra things. She has let me double check. I should have had these descriptions ready. Give me just a second. I knew I'd forgotten something. You know when you're like, I'm forgetting something, but I can't remember what it is? That's what it was. But yeah, she has
Wow, not locked in.
Sorry, wasn't locked in. My bad. No, but she has she wears kind of a long sort of green robe, a shock of long ginger hair. Let me grab this. Where are you, Lisa? Where are you? I remember what you look like. There you are. Yes. Okay. She has a short kind of gingery hair. She has like a white streak in it as well, kind of near the front. She has what looks like kind of almost like a walking staff, kind of just like tucked under one arm as well. And kind of is wearing like these very nice kind of leather boots. And you notice down by said leather boots, you see a small ginger cat that kind of pops in, big green eyes, kind of looks up at you all, just kind of looks at you all, just kind of like wary, just like, oh, new people. But and she kind of like looks down and is like, it's okay, you're all right, it's fine, Tibbers, it's okay, you're fine. And kind of just looks to you all, and is just like, you must be the guest that Father invited. I'm Lisa. It's lovely to meet you all. Thank you for everything you did for our farm. It really means a lot. I had no idea what was really happening. It kind of just came out of nowhere. Almost took my damn head off. But Thank you. If you hadn't stepped in, I don't know what would have happened. But truly, it will be an honor to have you at our table tonight.
Thank you, and I'm gonna like help her carry the stuff in because it seems like she has her hands full.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So you kind of will just like if you like look like you're trying to grab stuff, she'll kind of be like, oh, and she'll kind of like move her arm, like gesturing the staff towards you. You can just like pull it. She's got it like tucked under an arm in like an awkward place. So you can just take that from it. It's just like a long kind of piece of wood, kind of very finely decorated. It's got some like nice kind of red brown leather kind of like braiding around kind of the center part of it with some kind of purple beads hanging off of it. And she said, oh, thank you very much. Just set that down over there. Dinner should be ready very soon. I was just grabbing a couple more things for my brother. He's the chef more than me. Everything should be all set. I see a hand from Astra.
Astra's distracted. She's gonna cast Speak with Animals and talk to the cat.
Oh, I forgot you had this. You okay, question.
Like, she like pops down, her ball gown probably like poofs up, and she's like, hi.
Question. Just because this is a thing where you're casting a spell. Are you doing this? Are you doing this openly? It is Astra, so I'm going to ask you, would she just do it openly without?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Astra, you just, you're like, a cat, I can talk to this. You very openly cast this kind of magical spell. What does this look like when you cast Speak with Animals?
I don't know. I imagine that, like, when she casts spells, like the stars in her eyes and like her starry freckles kind of like glow a little for like a second, and it's not like overtly obvious, but like she like still glows, like, and I feel like her eyes probably glowed like a lot brighter when she
Yeah, you do that. You just pop down to the cat. The cat kind of like shuffles away from you as your big kind of poofy dress kind of poofs everywhere. You kind of just get down low and just yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
I'm Astra.
Oh, you can, I can understand you. Oh, okay, this is new. Oh, okay.
Who are you?
Hi, Astra. She calls me Tibbers. This is whoa. How can I understand you? Normally I can't understand the tall people. Except, well, I've learned like certain things like food, sleep, but you're speaking like full sentences.
Ones.
Yeah, the important things, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I have magic. I cast magic.
What's that?
Well, the stars are pretty cool, and they give me special abilities. And one of them is I can talk to you.
This kind of just slow blinks. It's like, I only said about half of that, but Anyways, give me a minute. And he just lays down and just starts cleaning himself. No decency whatsoever. Just literally just starts cleaning himself.
Riveting conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we'll just come back. And Lisa kind of like looks at you, looks at the cat, and is just like, what? You seem to have made a fast friend. He usually is a little skittish around new people, but he seems to like you.
Oh, I'm speaking his language.
Yeah, it's great to be one with nature, as it were, and to he understands me most of the time, but sometimes he doesn't. He likes to do his own thing, likes to act like he runs the place. And at that point, he finishes cleaning himself and kind of just looks up at you and says, so welcome to my house. I let these people live here. Why are you here?
It's your house.
Yes, this is my house. Yeah. Wait, you think they own this place? Pfft.
I mean, kind of.
What makes you think they're qualified to run this place?
You've put me in a tight corner here.
Exactly. They feed me.
But
They
say
give me treats. I'm like a king here. It's great.
I want to say opposable thumbs.
It's really fucked up. It's really fucked up that you'd say that. Wait, you think you're better than me because you have thumbs? Wait, you think you're just so much better than me? Starts like crawling, like kind of like stalking towards you, and to everyone else, all you just hear is as Astra seems to not be making friends with this cat.
Is this cat?
I mean, opposable thumbs means I can give you scritches.
But
there's only if you want scritches.
I suppose I can give you permission to give me scritches. Kind of like arches his back a little bit. It's like right by my tail. It's the best spot.
Should I give the cat scritches?
You make me an animal handling check to see how good these scritches are.
Absolutely. Let's use my star dice. 9.
9. He kind of like gestures to like the spot, and you kind of like do that thing. It's like, oh, I see cats all the time. I love cats. I know he thinks that that's his favorite spot, but I think I know better. And you start like brush, kind of almost like just like brushing down his back. He's like, no, that's not the spot. No, and he kind of just like tries to like maneuver. Kind of just like, no, that spot tickles. Rolls over. You accidentally like rub his belly. He's like, ah! He kind of like swipes at you a little bit. You have to kind of like pull your hand away. At least he's like, oh, careful. He prefers scratches down by his tail. That's what he prefers. Honestly, I'm surprised he's even letting you give him scratches. You said it's funny. I mean, I can hear you talking to him, and he seems to understand you as if you are speaking his language. That's so funny. Anyway, you guys should probably get settled for dinner. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't ask your names. I'm Lisa. And what are your names? Looking to the three of you.
Sybil.
Sybil, lovely to meet you.
Aridia.
Oh, Aridia. Really, I love your hair, by the way. It's a very nice color.
Thank you.
I'm Astra.
Astra, very lovely to meet you. Aridia, what's your passive perception?
It's not. That's okay. 13.
13. Yeah, you do. As she kind of says, "Oh, I love your hair." You do notice her eyes flit ever so slightly to the right and then back to your face. You know she's looking at your missing ear. You've seen that look one too many times. Just the like she like notices it, doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's like, anyway, I should probably get these spices and such to my brother, but make yourselves at home. The table should be ready soon. And it kind of then looks over and you see Veldren is kind of like setting the table and everything. Yeah, he's just absolutely going for it. I'm just like, oh, well, make yourselves at home. And she kind of heads off to the kitchen. He's like, I got these last bits you needed, everything you need. Oh, thank you. Yes, everything should be ready in about 10 minutes or so. And yeah, it's about at this time that you hear a knock on the front door directly behind you.
Just turn and open it.
Bishop, I want you. I want. How quickly are you opening this door already? Are you like as soon as the knock happens? Are you just like? Are you like?
Yeah, I'm right there. I just open it immediately.
Okay, Bishop, I need you to make me a stealth check.
Bet.
And
I'm good at those.
Really, I need you to make me an investigation check, or a perception. Actually, no, sorry, perception check.
Thank you. 20. 25.
25? Nice. Bishop?
Well, I rolled a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 5 is a 24.
Okay, so Aridia, you
So,
fling open the door.
A 30. I used
what?
my inspiration.
It's your inspiration on that? Of course you did.
I used mine.
Yeah, you. In that case, Aridia, you fling open the door, and God, I swear to God, you guys, I swear to God.
Thanks, Lissa.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you open the door already immediately. There's no one there. You look. You don't see anyone. You look down and you see a blanket with a note that says Astra in kind of gold kind of writing. But you see no sign of the person who left it.
Close the door.
Close the door. Do you pick up the blanket or you just leave it? Nope. You just close the door.
I close it and I just turn and I look so confused at Astra. Were you expecting a gift?
No. I don't think so. Was I? I don't think so.
Didn't tell you, no.
No?
There is one on the front porch for you. Someone knocked in and I guess ran away and just left a blanket, I think.
Okay.
You open the door and
Just leave it out there, or
yeah.
It was not meant for me, so.
Astra, do you go and get the blanket?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. You open the door. You see this blue blanket on the ground. It is a very nice kind of blue, kind of deep blue blanket, very similar to the colors of your ball gown currently, as it is changed color. It's a very similar color. And you see a little note with kind of gold writing on it that just says Astra in handwriting you don't recognize.
Actually, that's a thing. Because I think Aridia would recognize the handwriting.
After 150 years, Aridia, you can make me a history check if you want to. No. All right. Yeah, 6. No.
That's fine. It's funny.
Yeah, you find this blanket.
You're closer to 200 years. It's been a minute.
She'll pick it up. Does she get the feeling it's from Bishop, or is it just like a blanket? I guess
it's a blanket
okay.
with your name on it, and there's no one there. Bishop isn't here. You don't know where Bishop is, actually. Last thing you know, he was going to speak to Abraham. Speaking of, as you are kind of like picking up this blanket, very confused, looking around, you do see a very shaken Abraham kind of makes his way over to the house, kind of coming back from town. Kind of looks very kind of shaken and almost walks straight into you as he's kind of like in his own world, kind of almost like speed walking. He's just like, sorry, sorry, is everything all right? You okay?
Yeah. Where's Bishop? Immediately.
I'm not sure, actually. Did he not come here for dinner? should be ready soon.
No.
Oh. Well, I don't think I know where he is then. Anyway.
Insight check.
Insight check? Yep, go for it. Go for it.
I'm not good at insight.
You can get advantage
Let's say,
because
'cause
bro,
Surprise,
it's
surprise.
very obvious. It's very obvious. You can get advantage.
Well, that doesn't really help much. It's a 10.
A 10.
I rolled.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 6s.
That is enough. As you kind of like look, he kind of like turns and kind of just like, oh, I don't know, and then kind of like looks a little bit like back towards the barn, looks back at you. It's just like, anyway, I'm going to go wash
Did he
up
do something?
before dinner.
Did something happen? Is he okay?
He kind of just like pushes past you, doesn't really answer, just like goes upstairs, just like kind of. Lisa kind of like looks around the corner, is like, what is that about? Looks like he's seen a ghost.
I don't
I mean, technically.
know.
You know, maybe doesn't take much to spook him at his age. Well, yeah, he's always been a little jumpy since. Kind of just trails off. Dinner should be ready in about 5 minutes. If you guys want to sit down, we'll bring the food out. We'll bring the food right out.
I think Veldren has found a water jug at this point and is pouring water for people.
Yep. Yeah, and you guys are able to kind of take your seats at the dinner table. It's a nice kind of long wooden table. It's kind of carved. It's almost like a tree has been taken and kind of cut in half. The bottom side, the bark is still kind of there. Some like table legs have been like put into it, but the kind of like outer shell bark is still kind of on the underside. The top has kind of been like varnished off, and it's very nice. It's a very nice table. But yeah, you guys are able to take your seats. The food is brought out. It is a mix of kind of different meats and different like vegetables and bits of like salads and stuff like that. It is a very nice looking meal. After kind of a few minutes, you guys kind of sit down. The two siblings kind of introduce themselves to the rest of you. As Lisa and Frankie, you kind of sit down all together. And kind of a few minutes later, Abraham kind of come downstairs, looking a little bit more put together, kind of over whatever had spooked him, and he kind of comes down and is like, well, it is an honor to welcome you all into my house. I trust you have met my wonderful children. This is my daughter Lisa and my son Frankie. Like, we did introduce ourselves, Father. We did. We're not teenagers anymore, okay? Like, yes, I know. Well, it's hard to let go sometimes, you know. And can't blame me. And he kind of takes a seat at the head of the table. It's like, so it is very lovely to have such esteemed guests at our table, heroes of the town, hey?
Stop it.
Oh, really? You saved us from having to evacuate from that thing created by magic. I mean, who knows what it could have done? But enough about that. What I'd love to know what brings you all to Ambercrest? What brings you up this way?
Just passing through.
Mostly just supplies at this point, looking to restock before heading further in.
I wish there was more we could offer you, but we tend we tend not to get too many visitors, really. So no one really thought to set up a general store. So there's not really the market for supplies and such. But I'm sure if you ask around, there may be a few things people can lend you, or you can purchase, or such.
A good meal like this is plenty enough. Thank you again. This looks amazing and smells amazing.
Astra, how long does Speak with Animals last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's probably getting towards the end of it at this point. But you're kind of like settling down, kind of like you have some food is kind of like put onto your plate for you, and you just hear from next to you, "Psst, down here." You see sitting next to you, the big green eyes of Tibbers. It's like, why don't you sit there? Come on, I'm hungry.
But this is my food.
Yeah, you have to give me some. That's how it works in my house. Listen, I can just come up there and take it myself if you want, but I get in trouble for going on the table.
Hey.
Poor Astra's being bullied by a cat.
Is Astra physically making these faces?
Yes.
But also as well, when you're speaking, you're speaking like common, so everyone can understand you. You're like looking down at this cat, and you're like, but this is my food. She's going, "Meow."
Is everything all right, Ash? Is everything all right, Astra?
You.
Is everything all right?
I didn't think this would break you guys.
I think Astra's joking. I must perform the Heimlich. Leap over the table.
Oh no!
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh god.
Fine.
You're just making a few concerned faces. Down at Tibbers, was it? I don't think Veldren heard the name actually. Down at the cat.
They said it's a.
I didn't think this cat talking would break you guys.
We're never going to sleep in this game. This is going to be the day-long campaign.
Said interact with the NPCs more.
Cat is Astra is outing herself for actually talking to the fucking cat.
We now have to kidnap this cat.
No.
No, we're not doing that.
You've already committed way too many crimes. All right.
You all.
I'd never keep a straight face.
Name one crime I've committed.
All them.
All right. Well, not anyway.
Right.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. So this cat is demanding food from you. What do you do?
No, she just openly told everybody the cat says that it's a house rule to feed them off my plate.
What do you mean? What do you spoken?
Lisa just like looks down at Tibbers, like, Tibbers, leave Astra alone. She's a guest here. Don't beg for her food. You can have some of mine. And she will just like take a little bit of her food and kind of drop it down. And Tibbers will look at the food and then look at you and go, yeah, see, she gets it. And we'll walk over and we'll just start eating the food. He just turns and looks at you and goes, just turns and looks at you and goes, all right, now it's your turn. Or swear to God, I'm gonna as the spell ends.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. I can no longer talk to you, friendo.
Just tilts his head looking at you confused as he now does not understand you anymore.
And she's eating your food.
Okay. Tibbers will just... Yeah?
I'll just reach down and try to pet Tibbers.
Oh, make me an animal handling check.
Yeah, happily.
It's a bit.
That's cocked, wait.
I can't believe
Oh,
it.
it's worse. Okay, nat 1.
Nat 1?
Nat 1.
Nat 1?
Plus 1.
Okay. What's your
Nat 1
AC?
plus 1. 16?
Put it on the spreadsheet.
I'm on it.
Well, Veldren, you kind of reach your hand down to Tiberius, and all you just hear is, and then you, like, as you go to pull your hand away, Tiberius seems to take the fast movement as a threat, as you take 1 slashing damage as the cat slashes your hand. It draws blood. You hear from under the table, and Lisa goes,
Apologies.
all right.
Apologies.
And Lisa will, like, get down on all fours, grabs Tiberius.
No, it is
pulls,
fine.
like-
I made him upset.
Like, no.
That is on me.
No. Tiberius, it, like, picks him up and is, like, holding him by, like, the
Oh,
scruff.
no.
The cat just, like, goes limp and, like, wide eyes, just, like, does the, like, you know the cat thing where they have their arms extended? And just, like, picks him up by the scruff, looks him dead in the eyes, just, like, does the, like, pointing finger like it's a naughty child. And it's like, now, Tiberius, we don't do that in this house, do we? Alright, you're going outside. You can't be trusted. He just, like, literally, like, just looks at you, Astra. You just see like a look, like just a look, a stare from this cat. Gets taken outside, dropped outside the front door, and the door closes, and he comes back to the table. I'm so sorry, Veldren. Is there something I can get you for your
that
hand?
is all on.
No,
That's
let
all on
me-
me. I've missed having my own pet around.
Oh, did you used to have a pet?
Well, I still do. He's my familiar, you see, and I will pull out my magic license while I'm saying this, knowing
Oh.
Gloria and mentioning spells.
Oh, I see.
My
So it's like a
familiar.
magical pet. Oh, wow. I've
Yes,
heard about those.
he's just
familiar. You called it?
Yes, he's just off in the Feywild at the moment. Is all.
In the wild.
I have to summon him back.
So
little
he
bit of
like
damage.
magically goes away for a time. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I don't really know anything about magic. Father doesn't really like magical stuff, so we've never really explored it too
My
much. And
apologies.
Abraham's like, none of us are really big fans of magic. It is Gloria after all.
My
It is
apologies.
a thing that is necessary in some places, but we feel no need for it here. Only ever seems
Yes,
to
of
bring
course.
chaos, but
Holding my magic license back up into like the I probably have like a holder specifically for
Yeah.
it. I would imagine in Gloria. My
Like one of those
apologies.
lanyard things.
no, it's all right. You are licensed. It is a thing. I understand that some people need their magic. I understand. It's just not something I've ever personally felt is necessary. At least it kind of like makes a face like it's like, Father, we're not doing politics over the table. It's like, yes, it's fine. Yeah, yes, that's fine. Anyway,
Moving on. Veldren is very quickly trying to move the conversation on.
Yep. But you guys just have like kind of mingling conversation. Lisa kind of gets up and will bring you some bandages, Veldren. And we'll kind of just like just be like, don't worry, I got this for you.
Lisa.
May I? Kind of just like
Of
offering
course.
her hand to you.
Of
and
course.
she'll gently kind of take your hand.
Offer
and
the
starts,
very thin arm
yeah.
and hand.
kind of just like starts bandaging your hand. And Veldren, as she's this close to you, you notice as you kind of as she's kind of bandaging the arm, you notice that she has some bandages herself kind of on her kind of upper arms. They were in her sleeves before, but kind of as she kind of starts wrapping them around, she has some kind of some bandages kind of just on just her upper arms.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. Yes, everything's fine. Are you all right? Is that good? Is it not too tight, or you can still move your fingers and everything?
Oh no, it's perfectly fine. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. And she'll kind of go hop and sit down again, and we'll start eating.
Could I make an insight check really quick of like, was that I'm all right too fast? Like, did she
Well-
know what I was talking about, or did she seem
Okay, I was gonna say, were you saying
feel
when you say
confused.
"Are you all right"? Did you look at the bandages to kind of like?
Yes, I
notice?
would have.
Were
I
you
would have
kind-
like
you were
seen
gesturing
the-
to them.
I would have like not like kind of like flicked my eyes towards them. As,
Oh,
is
okay, yeah.
everything
So
all
kind of
right?"
for her to notice that that's what you were pointing at. Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Natural 20
Oh, okay.
for a total
yeah.
of 21.
Okay. So from that, she does say, "Oh yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine." She seems to be being truthful about that, but she is very quick to kind of shuffle her arm back and kind of hide them.
It wasn't quite as like truthful. Is it shady? Is it like no one should know?
Yeah,
about
like
these
you
kinds of
get the
things?
feeling that like there might be a story to it, but she answered you truthfully in the fact that she is fine. She is absolutely fine. There is nothing like she is okay. There's nothing bad happening here.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's very quick to hide them again. Like she doesn't want them to be seen.
Gotcha. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and she'll kind of just go back and kind of sit down. Yeah, the kind of conversation kind of continues on. The food is very good. It's very nice food. It is the best food any of you have probably eaten in weeks. For several of you, probably, yeah, like weeks, months. It is a proper home cooked meal by like a really good chef. Like this is well made food. Yeah. From
Food cooked with love. That's a first for Astra.
damn. Okay. For this, just because it is a very good home cooked meal, you all gain 5 temporary hit points. If you would like to add that to your
Guys,
character
this
sheets.
isn't good. This isn't good. They're giving us temp HP. Something we're gonna die.
I'm a little worried.
I mean, y'all are gonna
Guys,
die.
I gave you a good meal and I gave you a bonus for it.
I'm scared.
Thank you.
Wow. What? Hey guys. Hey everyone at
Please.
home. You know the phrase "Don't bite the hand that feeds you"? I give them
This is a
perfectly
warning.
nice thing, and
Talk to
they
yourself.
turn it into a negative, as if I'm gonna hurt them.
This is the equivalent of Strahd
said
giving
thank
us
you.
health potions in D&D in our
It
Curse of
is
Strahd games.
not.
Who would do that? Who would do that?
If you
What
eat
even that?
good food in this campaign, you may get benefits.
Interesting.
Thank you.
No.
That's a really cool
Thank you, Pete.
mechanic.
Thank you, Pete.
Yeah.
Thank
that-
you.
You're welcome.
You know what?
Thank you,
You know
Pete.
what?
Thank you.
That helps me plan out future stuff for leveling up and stuff.
Okay,
just
you cannot
feels-
min-max eating food.
Try me.
I'm not saying
It just
God
feels
damn
the
it.
equivalent
I'm
of
just-
saving before a boss battle, you know?
No.
Oh, no, you're
Anyway,
totally right.
Yes,
at this point,
anyways.
Bishop, are you staying outside or would you come in after a while?
Oh no, I'm staying outside. I told Abraham I wouldn't go into the house
Okay.
to help alleviate his anxiety.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Okay. Just making sure.
I'm
Just
actu-
making sure.
oh no, you're totally fine. I'm
yeah.
actually being a little weirdo, creepy,
Okay.
and I want to try and climb on to the roof of the barn.
Okay. You're going outside and you're trying to climb onto the roof of the barn. Sure. You could probably do that. I'm not gonna make you roll for it, but you can probably get
Alright.
it there. Yeah.
I just want to like
Are you
Perch.
Batmaning right now?
kinda.
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
I'm just keeping surveillance on the area.
You're keeping surveillance on the area.
You are
Okay.
Batmaning.
Make me a perception check then. If you are actively trying to perceive what is happening in this town.
Hold on. Oh. Where is my thing? There it is. Natural 20 for a 22.
Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. Yeah, you
I'm making up for my last Thursday game where I had to make death saves and rolled a
You-
1 and a 2.
okay, with a natural 20, you are kind of looking around, and you see people coming and going kind of all over town. You see people kind of going in between, the tavern. You see a couple of people go up to, kind of as the evening is coming on, you see a few people go up to the abbey, as if there is being some sort of service given there, perhaps. You see a few more people kind of milling around nearby where the houses are and such. And as you're kind of looking at them, you hear a very familiar whisper in your ear. Look at them. They're planning something. And you kind of look a little closer at the group of kind of people as they're all kind of standing around. Even from this distance, you can kind of make them out almost like you kind of feel almost like fingers on your neck, and you kind of, your eyes almost seem to enhance, like you can see an unnatural distance. So you can make out kind of details of these figures that are hundreds of feet away. You see a what looks to be some sort of elf, perhaps half elven. You see a smaller individual, a kind of young woman, what looks to be a dwarf. And you see it's hard for you to make out. You've never seen anything like this before, but you see a humanoid individual, kind of medium height, kind of has skin, but then also kind of almost fur in places as well. And they have kind of a couple of kind of feline ears kind of sticking up on the top of their head. For the players, this is a shifter.
But
yeah,
I was thinking either shifter or tabaxi. I love it.
Yeah, and then you see kind of a couple of humans as well, and they're all just kind of milling around. They seem to be deep in some sort of conversation. This seems quite agitated, as if they are having a heated argument about something. But yeah, you see that, and kind of just, yeah, that's what you see.
Make a mental note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just remember down. Okay, descriptions will
Yeah,
figure that
absolutely.
out.
You can take note of that. Absolutely, you can. Yeah. Yeah, but they kind of seem to kind of mingle around for a while. Kind of chatting about this, and the conversation seems to calm down. Then they all seem to go off in separate directions to separate houses, and a couple of them seem to go towards the tavern together. And yeah, that's what you see.
What phase of the moon are we in?
What phase of the moon? It is. You look and make me. This would be a survival check, I think.
I hate this. Natural 20 for a 24.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You look up at the moon itself, and it is kind of it is night now. Like, the sun has, like, properly set. But the day still, it's almost like night is day, because the moon shines so brightly and the stars are starting to come out. As the moon, to the untrained eye, looks like it's full. But you kind of observing, kind of following the moon and such, you kind of look, and it looks like it's maybe a day off being full. There's like a small corner of it slightly missing. Yeah, there seems to be, you reckon probably tomorrow the moon will be at its fullest phase.
I think it's called like a waxing gibbon or something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, a what?
I think that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I've never heard that phrase before, but sure. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, you are, yeah. Okay. Or maybe a day off the full moon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you're not doing anything else, we will pop back to the other group as the meal's kind of starting to kind of finish up. Lisa and Frankie kind of immediately, as everyone's kind of like finishing, will start kind of clearing the table and such, and kind of taking things to be, washed and cleaned and such. And Abraham kind of finishes off his meal and seems to be completely kind of at home now, not showing any signs of whatever he was spooked by before. And it kind of says like, well, as I offered, I can offer you a room here in the house for as long as you need. How long do you think you will be? How long would you like to stay?
Looks just at Astra like, because we're the two that we're gonna stay here because Bishop told us that they would sleep in the barn.
I don't know.
Just panic.
What if the cat's mean to me again?
Don't worry. Tibbers is a fickle beast. Yeah, he'll be fine. If he
You don't know what they said to me.
Kind of looks a little confused. Like, if he causes you any problems, we can keep him outside while you are here.
Do you all need an exterminator?
But then if I leave,
I will not let the cat do anything to you, Astra.
what was that?
I will not let the cat do anything to you, Astra.
Okay.
I guess to answer the question, and I'll turn back. Maybe just a night or two. I do not think that any of us plan to stay here very long.
Kind of as you're kind of finishing up that conversation, the siblings come kind of back into the room and catch the end of that conversation, and Lisa kind of looks back and forth between you and their father and is like, "Oh, I didn't realize they were staying, except for a couple of days." Yes, they've done us a great service, and they need somewhere to stay. So we're hoping to let them stay for a while. Give them a roof over their heads so they're not out in the cold. At least not all of them. The other one seems intent on staying out there, but you can certainly give them a room for a day or two. Surely, be perfectly fine. That room's not being used for anything else. Can people make me insight checks, please, for those who are looking at
I was going to ask. That was suspicious.
12.
Natural 24.
Natural 20. Oh my god, so many natural 20s today.
We're at 21.
7.
So we got a 12, a 7, a natural 20. And what do we get from Sybil? Or is Sybil not making one? You're muted.
You are muted, bestie.
12 as well.
12. Okay. So with what I rolled, the rest of you, it seems like it is a little, they do seem a little like surprised, like they weren't expecting you guys to be staying. Maybe they seem a little thrown off by having strangers in their house. You don't know. They just seem a little. It seems like a little odd for them. They weren't expecting it. This news wasn't passed on to them. But it just seemed like an innocent enough question. Aridia, you kind of see the siblings seem to exchange some sort of look, and it seems like almost like a look of panic of some kind. And they almost seem to have like a silent back and forth conversation. It takes maybe a split second, but they kind of seem to exchange a look of just they were not expecting this, and it seems to be something's going on there.
It's more than them just being surprised.
Yes. there is panic and concern there at there being strangers staying in their house for a couple of days.
Okay.
And they're like, well, I suppose I'll go make up the room for them then. Frankie, if you want to continue, just washing everything up. And he's like, yeah, of course, absolutely. And the two kind of go their separate ways. Lisa kind of goes to go upstairs.
Let me come help you, Frankie.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. You're very kind. Father, these people are very kind. They, not only do they help us with earlier today, but this one, Veldren, helped, finish, set the table and everything. They're good people. I'm glad they're staying with us. And you need to kind of head off into the kitchen. You can start kind of helping with the washing up and stuff. Does anyone have anything they would like to do for the evening before bedtime?
I would, after just finish washing up, I would like to come find Astra.
Okay.
Just like whenever, just like a quiet moment, everything. Astra, hi. We haven't had much of a chance to speak. I had a few questions. What you did earlier was truly impressive. Your magic, was it through the power of celestial bodies? No matter. It was just, I've never seen anything like it before. And I just had a few questions. If you don't mind answering them, if you do, that's perfectly fine. I can keep my mouth to myself.
Sure.
Of course. And you see Veldren kind of sweep back his coat a little bit, and he definitely is the type of person to have the book holster strapped to his side. And I think you would see 3 books. 2 books. So sorry. You'd see 2 books. One that is this deep blue color, and another green one on the other side. And it is the blue book that he grabs and flips open and starts turning pages. Very well worn book. And as he flips through it, you see just scrawlings across all the pages until he finally gets to a blank page. So, where would you say you draw your magic from? Is it from
The stars.
yourself, the bloodline? The stars? Very interesting. Have I ever heard of a magic like this before, DM? From the celestial bodies?
Celestial bodies? You can make me an Arcana check.
I'm gonna add my inspiration on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Can I make an anti-roll?
No. You told the truth.
I know.
15.
15. In all of the research you have done into all forms of magic, you've heard of magic coming from all facets of being. You've heard of it coming from those who are born with it. You have heard for those who have spent many years studying it, wizards. You have also heard of those that make deals with demons and the like to gain hellish powers. You have also heard of beings who gain their magic from their attunement to the land. They call themselves druids. Star magic, you haven't heard of it, but through all the research you've done, it doesn't seem far-fetched. It's
theoretically,
a very
it's very
believable.
possible.
Yeah, in theory, it could work. You don't know how, and you don't fully know if it's you don't know what version of magic it would be. You have no idea what magic could be gained from the stars. You don't know if it's a worshipping the stars. You don't know if it's you don't know how it could come to be, but through all your research of magic, it's not too far-fetched of a thing. Like, it's very possible that someone could gain magic from stars.
Yeah. Veldren is starting writing, but still making eye contact with Astra, but like the quill is like writing.
And where were
writing
you
down.
in the scene of the crime?
Astra is like looking at your book to try and read what you're writing upside down.
Like, it would just be like things of draws power, like probably the title of the page would be arcane of the celestial bodies, and just starting to like take like just a few notes and everything. Like, now is it from reading the stars? Is it from worshipping the stars? Is there a deity that you draw from the celestial bodies, or is it just stars, or is it also the planets as well, and comets and
Um, I've kind of always been connected to them, like since I was really little. I've felt them, almost in like, they almost feel like old friends. I don't know if does that make sense? I just
no, yes, very interesting.
it just feels natural for.
Of course, yes. Fascinating. And what does this allow you to do? I've seen a multitude of type of spells from you. Honestly, like, you seem very, very universal. Forgive the pun. I did not mean that. Is it just healing, damage, more utility-based spells?
Sorry, I was distracted reading some of my features and traits.
You're good, bestie. I know Veldren can be a lot.
Veldren nerding out.
Veldren has
so
a lot of
fucking
questions.
cute. I
He's
love
just a
him
curious
so
little
much.
guy.
Can I take Veldren out on a date?
Later.
Listen, you quit interrupting my date.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm a druid, I think. Is that?
It's very natural based. So it's probably drawing from the connections from the stars to the land. Possibly, if you got closer to them, would it affect the range? Would it affect the powers? Possibly. Sorry, going off on tangents. I've seen you heal. And like the quill stops writing kind of at this point, and like, to what extent are you able to?
I'm gonna shoot you a quick message.
Yeah. Is it just wounds, or is it also diseases?
Oh, excuse my French Canadian keyboard. Get sent. Well, I have lesser restoration. And I can heal wounds and. Thank you, V. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I don't know. I can heal. I have this one spell. It's really cool. It's called Goodberry.
Oh yes, it truly fascinating. The power of creation combined with healing is like
and
like
one berry is all you need, like as a ration in a day.
Exactly. You're creating energy from nothing, essentially. You are able. It is such a fascinating spell, especially for something of the first circle of like just being able to power the entire body from one berry, from one first circle. The amount of energy that you can empower into just a single thing is incredible. Truly, no, thank you. for telling me. Apologies. I get excited when it comes to magic. It just it interests me ever since I was a kid. Thank you.
Uh, thanks for asking.
Of course, you are. What you did was incredible. Like, of course I would.
How Astra's little inner monologue is like, how do I take a compliment? Um,
If you ever if you ever want to talk about your magic, I'm always willing to listen. I might not be able to have the same potency as you or Sybil, um,
um,
when it comes to my
now,
own magic, but I understand a bit.
now I'm a little curious because if my magic has always kind of been with me, my whole life. It's like I've only just like learned how to shape it, and you know, it, how does your magic work if it's not the same?
Uh, Years of rigorous study. My parents uh, learned magic in kind of the same way, and they taught me. Um, they're teachers, and I don't know. My family has always been interested in magic. A bit of a rarity here, I'll admit, but through a lot of learning, and he'll kind of flip through pages of the blue book, and you will see glyphs and circles and runes, um, just kind of sketched throughout. Um, Even some of like possibly higher level spell circles that Veldren cannot cast, but just ideas that he has had. I've never been gifted when it comes to the practical side of magic. Even compared to other people who learn like I do, I was never gifted like my parents were. But I've always been good with the theory, and the theory has always interested me. Magic is powerful. It is universal. It is a tool that can be used to do a lot of good. So that to me, and the fact that anyone can learn it with enough time, with enough gumption, magic, it can empower you to do anything. Sorry, I'm getting a bit sappy. My apologies. Um, but
It
yes,
was it was very inspirational.
thank you. But if you ever need someone to talk about, or you come across something that you don't understand, I might be able to help. I've spent the better part of 20 years or something studying. I started whenever I was young. I know a lot. And I'd love to be able to help you if you need.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he'd kind of stand up, nod, like give like almost like a half bow to you, almost as thanks, before going off. Just and like before going off and continuing to like write a couple more notes that he has into his blue journal.
I want to find Bishop. I want to yell at Bishop.
You want to find Bishop? Okay. Well, as you kind of go off to go find Bishop, we'll see. Does anyone else have anything before we go to that?
No, I want to talk to Veldren when we're back at the Abbey. Like,
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
later situation.
Yeah, we can go to that. Aridia, did you have anything? Anyone you'd like to talk to? Players, NPCs, anything? Well, what is Aridia getting up to in this time, kind of leading up to
I had
trancing?
so strongly debated being like, oh, I'll go help.
You could.
The room ready, and I'm like, she's gonna freak out. Yeah, I'll go up to help get the room ready while the rest of this is happening.
You head upstairs and you pop into the room, and Alicia's kind of just setting up the beds and stuff, kind of changing the sheets and stuff, and she kind of turns and looks like, oh, sorry, you can pop your things down. I'm just finishing changing the sheets here. They haven't been changed in a while, so I thought I'd give you some fresh bedding for the night.
It's much appreciated. Is there something that I can do to help?
Oh, no, you've done plenty to help already. Truly, we greatly appreciate it. He kind of thinks for a moment. How long are you planning to stay in town for?
I had originally planned to pass through rather quickly, but I think that we will be here for a few nights at least.
Right.
Especially since the concern had been raised that there might be something else stalking the night out there. And I'm watching for a reaction.
Okay. Yep. I will say you saying you're watching for a reaction. I will say you didn't. Oh wait, no, you did. You were the one person who saw it. You're right. Sorry, I thought it was Veldren for some reason. You mentioned that, you knowing from your natural 20 before. As soon as you mention like a few nights, her face immediately like starts to go to panic. You kind of almost like can like not like openly like being panicked, but like you can sense almost like that almost wild look in her eyes, like uh-oh, like something is wrong. But she doesn't say anything. She kind of just nods like, oh well, yeah, so obviously stay as long as you need, as long as you and your friends need here. We'll be happy to have you.
Elisa, I have traveled quite a bit in my lifetime, and I've dealt with a lot of different people, and I'm pretty good at reading people, especially when they are afraid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If something is happening, we can help.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. I was like, which dice do I want to use? Okay, that's not bad. Persuasion. I'm gonna roll my last inspiration. I have one saved. Okay. 24.
24. Yeah. Even with your 24, you are being I'm assuming you're being genuine as well with wanting to be helpful.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
And you see a moment where you extend this olive branch of help. You kind of trying to come across as kind and caring as you can, like genuinely offering help with whatever they're struggling with. And you see this moment where she kind of thinks and almost seems to accept your offer. She almost goes to say something, and then something stops her, and she just it's really it's nothing. It's fine. Truly, nothing's wrong. I'm okay.
You can say that, and I will let it go for now. But I also have experience with protecting my sibling as well, or vice versa. if something is happening. We'll be here.
Make me another persuasion check. Just because of something you specifically said, you get another persuasion check.
It's not gonna be as good.
Listen, all I'm saying is she rolled a natural 20 before against your roll.
Actually, it was a lie. It's gonna be pretty damn close without the inspiration.
No.
What am I doing? Persuasion. 22.
22. This time, kind of with the mention of siblings, her eyes seem to widen a little bit as she almost seems to, you mention that, and she seems to you've said the right thing, and you say kind of mentioning your sibling and protecting your sibling, and she kind of almost takes like an inhale of breath, and she's like, she kind of like seems to think for a minute. I can't really tell you. I promised I wouldn't, but just if you're going to stay here tomorrow night, if you hear anything, just pretend you didn't. Okay? And please don't say anything to my father. Just if you hear anything, you might not hear anything, but if you do, just please don't say anything.
It is not my secret to share, so I will not tell your father. However,
okay.
If we do hear something, I cannot guarantee that myself or the others will not go to look.
Can you try and divert them away? Please. If more people get involved, it's more complicated, and I can't. Like you said, looking after your sibling is important, and I can't let anything happen. She looks terrified, by the way.
Yeah,
you think you're probably the first person she's ever told about this, or even hinted at whatever this is.
I will do my best to keep their attention away if I can. We are not all staying here, though. So
Okay, everything will be fine tonight. It's just tomorrow, and then after that, everything will be fine. If we can get through tomorrow, nothing will happen. I mean, maybe nothing will happen, but just if something does, just after tomorrow, it'll be fine. Just that's all I ask.
Why just tomorrow? Is it not a reoccurring thing?
Like the less you know, the better. Really.
I do not think that is true.
Look, tomorrow night, just once everyone's gone to bed, probably, God, I hope so, I'm gonna take Frankie outside, and that's it. That's all will happen. He'll go outside for a bit, and then before the morning he'll come back, and then that'll be it. Nothing bad will happen. Everything will be fine. We'll take care of it.
If something bad does happen, though, more than likely, at least one of us will step in. I'm only going to give you a fair warning.
Okay, just...
We can help you protect him. And yourself.
No. I have to do this. I have to look after him.
Then let me help you. We do not have to tell the others if you do not want to.
No, you can't tell anyone. I shouldn't even have told you. She kind of like puts her head in her hands. Oh God, what have I done?
Oh no.
I just have to keep him safe, okay?
Okay. But I will be waiting if you need help.
Okay. Thank you. Really, I really appreciate it. Thank you. She'll just kind of she'll kind of go to like walk past you, and then we'll just very kind of last second we'll just kind of latch onto you and just give you a hug. Just very like she's like trembling. Aridia just like
I don't know the last time Aridia was hugged.
oh no. Oof.
She's just like, oh, okay.
And then she'll just very quickly, as quickly as she held on, will just let go and will very quickly make her way out of the room, kind of closing the door behind you. And yeah, you are left with that. Something will happen tomorrow night, and you've been told to ignore it. That's what you know.
It's a problem for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's a future Aridia problem.
That's a future Aridia problem.
I can't tell you all
That's
now. We're in their house.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Problem
So
later.
At this point, I'm assuming Veldren and Sybil are going back to the Abbey. You guys are able to make your way back. When you arrive, there is as you kind of make your way in, you see quite a few people kind of filtering out, as there does seem to have just been a kind of late night service. Everyone's kind of heading back to their homes. They seem to be in good spirits. You see the father kind of letting everyone out, and then kind of sees the two of you and goes, your room should be ready for you. I trust that everything was to your liking when you saw it before. If there is anything else you need, I will be in my room just down the hall.
Of course, Father. Here, I grabbed these, actually. Could I have grabbed some, like, spare sweets and desserts from dinner?
Sure, absolutely.
Here, these are for, your daughters, and yourself as well.
Oh, that is very kind.
Thank you for letting us stay.
Veldren. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you very
Need not
much.
mention it.
I believe you spoke to which one of the siblings was it you spoke? You spoke to Tessa, right? About getting
Yes, it was Tessa I spoke to.
Tessa told me you were looking for these, and he provides you the resources you were hoping for. I believe it was incense,
herbs, and charcoal.
Incense, herbs, and charcoal. Yeah, he's like she was able to find these for you earlier today. She said something about you wanting to help to pay for these. That's very kind.
Yes,
I'm sure we can find something for you tomorrow. That would be very kind.
Of course, anything.
She wanted
anything
you to have
you
these
need.
you seemed to think it was something of emergency. So
that is so sweet. Thank you, Father.
Of course.
And tell Tessa I said thank you as well.
I will. Yes. I believe she is upstairs right now with Lilia.
Of course. And like Veldren takes them and is being very careful with them right now.
Yeah. You're holding charcoal, but it's gold dust to you. Yeah, you take them upstairs and you see kind of the two siblings are kind of readying themselves for bed. They see the two of you and they kind of just give very polite waves. Tessa will see you kind of holding the incense and the charcoal and stuff. She goes, I was able to grab some of those. The incense is from my own personal stock, and the charcoal came from the blacksmiths. He was very kind. I was able to provide some. I can find something tomorrow. We might have perhaps some something. I might try and get some incense from somewhere, or perhaps we'll find something tomorrow. But I greatly appreciate you willing
Thank you
to
so much.
pay it forward. I really appreciate it. But I hope whatever you need it for, I hope it works out.
It will. Thank you so much. And make sure that I give your father some sweets for you and Lilia. Make sure he does not eat them all.
Oh, well, father does have a little bit of a sweet tooth. I greatly appreciate that.
Of course.
You see kind of Lilia kind of perks up a little bit. It's like, that's very kind of you, Veldren. Thank you.
Of course.
You're very kind.
Of course, you're all are letting us stay here. It's the least that I can do.
Well, I hope you all rest well. We'll
You too as well.
see you bright and early tomorrow. And,
See you in the morning.
They kind of just give you a smile, and Tessa just kind of gives you one final nod, and we'll just close the door. And yeah, you guys are able to make your way down the hall to your room. Veldren, I'm assuming you're wanting to cast a spell. With your new resources.
I think I will in a second. I think
Okay.
as soon as we get into the room, away from everyone, alone for the first time since everything happened, I think a kind of awkward silence falls over me and Sybil.
Sybil, who's been like on for the entire day, like as soon as they're in the room, just like exhausted,
yeah.
sits on the like, oh my gosh.
Quite the day, hasn't it? Quite the day.
Very eventful. And she just starts immediately, like she's just gonna be looking as preoccupied as possible, but
you do not have to. You do not have to speak about anything that's been said today. I will not ask. And I have a feeling you do not want me to say anything either.
Stop it.
I was trying to ignore it.
I can't. They're directly in front of me. I can't ignore it.
What? Ignore us? How dare you?
No. If you have any questions, you can
I
ask.
have so many questions, Sybil. You do not understand.
And while it's going, she's just like, do her nightly routine of which you saw the night before. She's changing the bandages on her arms. So she's just like unraveling.
You did not always have your abilities, I take it? Recent development?
Yeah, yes, it was not. I was not always like this.
Do you know what happened?
I had a dream.
What might have caused this?
I had a dream, and it...
This sounds like a little more than a dream, Sybil.
Well, it felt like one.
This person beckoning you to Phelan?
Yes. It was very sudden. There wasn't any build up to it. It just occurred one night. And then the next morning, I was different. I tried to hide it, but I wasn't very good at it.
May have been an awakening in your blood. Possibly.
I don't think so. None of my parents aren't magical or anything like that.
When it comes to magic, it can skip a few generations here and there. But it could be something completely different as well. I'm afraid you are unique, Sybil. I've never seen abilities like yours before.
Well, you saw what they can do. Untrained and out of control. Look where Ezra made, and he wasn't even a little bit tired.
Yes, but that is besides the point. You can learn control. You can learn technique. You have a gift.
think that's what it's supposed to be, but I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
It ruined my life.
I was going to ask about that. Someone's following you? Tracking you?
Yes, I'm not
Is
sure
it-
I'll ever be free of that, but
And why do you say that? Why would they be hunting you specifically when apparently there are others around? Is it just one person, or is it a group of people? Again, you do not have to answer anything I ask. If it is none of my business, please tell me so and I will drop it.
no, it's okay. I'm just I'm gonna cast detect magic again to look for scrying or anything like that, because
Okay. You casting detect magic?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you cast detect magic and you don't get a sense of any scrying eyes or anything in the room with you currently.
Sorry, I just had to check
It must
something.
be it must be powerful if you keep checking using magic.
I don't know what all can happen. I don't know. I think it's very dangerous, but I don't know how to fix that right now, and I'm only checking because the things we're talking about could get you killed, and I don't want that. So,
Killed. Interesting.
or worse.
You don't have to worry about me, Sybil. There are plenty of people who would wish I was indisposed, you could say. I've got my own secrets. Some of which I don't mind sharing. If you have questions of your own, you've been quite forthcoming, and I trust you.
Thank you. That's not a good idea. We just met 2 days ago, and you were
Let
saving me
me
from being chased by guards who wanted to arrest me.
let me change my wording a little bit. I might not trust you personally, but I might not have trust in you, but I trust you to work in your best interest. And it seems we have a common enemy, per se. I'm not really a friend of the god or nobility of Gloria, you could say.
Oh. Why is that?
We have differing opinions. We have. It's less me and more friends of mine that they might not like.
Oh. Yes, that would be a
And
common enemy.
since the gods were the ones chasing you, I take it's a bit more than one person after you. More an organization.
It's one. I think it's one. I hope it's one. But I think you heard us say that the head mystic is.
That is quite the accusation. I'm not saying I don't believe you.
You don't have
That's
to.
quite the powerful man.
He's not very nice. He never has been.
Never has been?
No, it's. I've known him for a while, but
See Veldren's eyebrows raise ever so slightly. I'm like, oh, you know, a very you know
No, not like that. She's like, no, not like that, not like that.
not even
Not
like
like that.
not even like Veldren goes, wait, no, not I didn't mean
It's
like that.
not like
I just
that.
meant
It's
you
not like that.
I just meant it's not common for someone to know one of the most powerful
No,
people.
it's more like how do I put this? I've been stuck there for a long time.
So he's already had you.
I don't know how long though. I've been meaning to ask this. What's today's date?
You don't know the day. We've been journeying together
Journeying.
for. Listen, we've been traveling together for a couple of days now. It is currently. Pause.
What year is it,
Do you
Jay?
need? Do you need the year or just the exact date? It's currently 199 pi.
Oh,
Sybil. That's a long time. You know it's been. You have not been out since it would have been 197, 98. Oh, it'd be 97, probably. Nearing the beginning of 97. Roughly 2 years.
oh, wow. Okay, that's a little longer than I thought. Okay.
They've been holding you. Oh, this corruption goes a lot deeper than I thought it did.
What corruption?
Gloria.
Oh,
Very interesting. I. Can I make an insight check? I just want to do an insight check on Sybil.
What are you trying to
for
determine?
what? Please.
Just see. I know. I as Jay feel like Abigail is telling the truth.
Okay.
Veldren is like, I need to just do a preliminary check. I need to like
about
scan for
what
facial
what are
cues.
what are you trying to
Is
determine if something is true or false?
just her story, is this like a ploy to get closer, or is this something that actually happened?
Okay.
Alright.
I mean, sure, I guess. I guess, yeah, that would be your insight versus Sybil, either persuasion or deception. You can tell me the result of whichever one it is you would decide to roll. 3?
I rolled a 3. I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 15.
15. Yeah. Seems to be
Yeah.
true. You can tell just, I mean, from reading it on Sybil's face, they seem genuine. This seems to have been a really upsetting, traumatic time for them.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they lie about this?
You told me things about yourself. It's only fair that I tell you something about me.
I did have a question.
Oh, please, of course.
You don't have to answer if this is too personal, but do you have what Lilia has?
I do not. Someone
Sorry.
very close. You're fine. Someone very close to me does. I've been looking for a cure for the past 2 years or so. It's whenever the first signs began, a little over 2 years ago.
Hey, DM.
Hmm.
Timeline
Yeah.
and something from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Are dots connecting or no?
In terms of what are you about? What dots are you trying to connect here? About your event and Veldren's event being connected?
Yes, because there's something specific that happened, and the
Um.
timeline's hecka adding
Okay.
up right now.
So, slight correction, just for Jay. It would have been a little longer than 2. It probably been about 3 years for you.
Oh,
You'd
3
been
years.
looking. You'd been looking into it for
Yes.
about a year before that. So but the signs started getting
yes.
bad about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I've been searching for about 3 years or so. I've tried every common medicine. I've tried many magical ones. Lesser restoration, dispel magic. I have tried everything I could get my hands on. To try to figure this out, but I do not think Gloria holds the answer. I think it is somewhere. I do not know exactly where I'm traveling to, but I need to establish connections. I need to establish people who know more than I do about healing. I know much about the makeup of the weave itself, and the concepts behind it. But when it comes to healing magic, I am afraid I do not know a whole lot. I have theories, of course, but someone close to me is very ill. And now I know another person that has it, which changes things. I have tablilias now, too.
I'm really sorry about that. That is.
It is not your fault. I will find... I'm confident I will find something. Magic is... It's not infinite, but it is great, and there are many answers that can be had through it. Weave has many strands. If I pull at one of them long enough, I must find an answer somehow.
Yeah, yes, I'm sure.
And
I would
me
be-
telling...
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Please keep going.
I would be willing to help search for that if you need assistance. I am sure it's beyond my abilities and will be. But
I would not be so certain of that. I've seen you change the very weave itself. You changed the nature of the spell. In the fight earlier, you were casting a spell that should have been thunderous energy, should have been sound and noise, but you transferred that into heat.
oh,
This is a clarification as well for you, Veldren. You've never seen that before.
Yeah,
you know magic.
I figured.
You know spells. You've never seen that before.
I can pluck at the strands of the weave. You took it and made something unique, made something your own. There's the difference between sewing a button and knitting a hat.
I don't know. None of it was intentional. It just happened.
And that is even more impressive. The fact that you could effortlessly change the weave yourself, I've never seen anything like that. Do not discount yourself. So, Sybil. But to what we were speaking about earlier, if you do travel with me, and this may not be a concern for you, given your situation, I will be handling objects that are considered contraband here in Gloria. Spell scrolls are not commonly welcomed
Oh,
here.
not at all.
Would you be okay with that?
Yes, I don't have a problem with that. Where are they going? Are they just going with you, or?
I will need to find them, and then I will need to bring them back here
I see.
to try to help whoever I can, whoever has this illness.
I see.
The fact that two have it means that it's probably more widespread than I thought. If it was just one, it might be an isolated case, but now it's two. It's very unlikely that there aren't more now.
Yes, the sooner that is found, the better.
And I would not mind traveling with you either. It sounds like you have a lot of questions, a lot of things to figure out. Possibly Phelan to visit.
No, I will not. I will not.
If
be
you
going
say
there.
so. If my travels take me there, I will let you know and we can part ways before we go there. But for now, I have plenty of the world to see. I've seen every corner of Gloria.
Really?
I've seen most of it. When I tell you I've been searching for the past 3 years, all across Gloria. We might, you might stay at a place I helped set up in Mistral. Rooms, board.
That sounds nice.
Of course. Thank you for answering my questions. Truly.
Thank you for answering mine.
Of course. If you have any more, don't be afraid to ask. The worst I can do is say no.
Same.
Okay.
We should get some rest.
Okay.
Before I go to sleep, though, I would like to sit down, draw chalk circles on the floor with
Yep.
the charcoal,
Mhm.
and everything is very meticulous. Veldren says goodnight to Sybil, and then sits on the floor and begins to draw magical runes onto the floor using the charcoal. And like setting everything out, and everything's very meticulous. Like you see Veldren set out some of the herbs into one of the circles of the charcoal, and he looks at it and he moves it like just a millimeter to the left before continuing with all of it, and just kind of talking through his thought process like magic does not come easy to me. I need to make sure that everything is in the exact place it needs to be. Everything needs to be exactly right, and then from his bag, he will grab something that's not a part of the ritual, but it is like a little orange almost that he will begin to peel before he sits down and begins to chant the words to the Find Familiar spell.
Okay. You're casting Find Familiar.
Mm-hmm.
You take the resources, the charcoal glows a little, the incense burns bright, and Sybil, I don't think you've seen this spell cast before, so if you're watching this, you see kind of in the center of this circle, kind of where Veldren is kind of sitting cross-legged, you see a small bead of orange light starts to appear, and it grows a little bigger until it's the shape of a ball, and then it drops to the ground, and then starts to slowly expand into a spiritual shape. Veldren, what does Rusty look like?
Rust is a very small and tiny snake. His scales are red, a deep rust red is where he gets his name from, and they seem to almost. Some scales are lighter and darker that give him almost like some of his scales are a little bit more orange in color, to where it looks like a piece of metal that's almost rusted over. And like you look down at him and you swear this snake is smiling. You swear that he's got the biggest little like little tongue forks out, and Veldren will grab the orange and begin taking it apart a little bit and feeding little pieces. And I was like, I'm so sorry it took me so long, Rust. Apologies for you dissipating. I did not mean for that to happen. And a visible weight drops from Veldren of like, he's back. Okay, he's safe. He's okay.
Yeah. And with that, I think we will move over to Astra and Bishop, as Astra was going to go and find Bishop. Astra, where are you looking for Bishop?
I imagine that instead of wearing her cloak, she's probably wrapped up in the blanket that she has. She'll go outside and I'm confused. She will go outside and we can bring that. And in Celestial is probably gonna like just you around and like maybe make her way towards the barn and just like kind of call for him. I don't know. She hopes he's like at least around. I'm gonna fight him.
Okay, yeah, he's around. He's on top of the barn still.
Yeah, you
I
see
mean,
you see
hey,
him,
would you-
Astra. You kind of
you
look
know-
up towards the stars, and you see Bishop just standing, looking,
That's not standing, perched.
perched, whichever. You see him just on top of the barn.
Still in Celestial. She's like, well, this is a new one for you.
Bishop, do you speak Celestial?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, I understand all this.
Mhm.
In Celestial back. When was the best place to get a vantage point? What do you want from me?
A lack of accent.
Damn.
No, you got a point. Bishop, what did you do?
You're gonna have to be specific on that one. I've done a lot of things. Just looks at the blanket.
Well, when he came in, you were nowhere to be found, and he looked like he saw a ghost.
I mean,
Just gestures to himself.
at this point, I'm gonna hop down from the barn. No,
You-
not hop down. Just like
I was gonna say you're jumping off the top of this very tall barn. Dexterity saving
No,
throw.
I'm because Bishop had like claws. I'm just gonna just like climb my ass down.
Okay.
Reverse Spider-Man.
Sure. I will remind you, you're not in your dread form, so you don't have claws right now.
Oh, I know. It's like kind of like inch long nails. Bishop always has.
Okay. You can climb down. You can climb down off the barn. But yes, you are able to make your way down to ground level.
Okay. I mean, am I technically a ghost? I am dead, but I mean, ghost?
You
I
did
don't know.
something?
I just talked to him.
Deception check.
Insight check.
I'm about to say, it's
Fucking
technically
deception
true.
check.
It's technically true.
You said you just talked to him. That is not true.
Okay, fine.
I rolled a 16. No, Tom, no.
All right, fine. I rolled a 12.
Oh, I thought you rolled a nat 20, which is why I said no.
Again? Yeah.
Plus 7 for a 19.
Jesus. Yeah, Astra, he seems to, despite what you saw, seems to be telling some form of a truth of, I just talked to him. You get a sense there might be more to it, but he's being truthful, asterisk.
Kind of got our eyes crossed, our eyes like squinting.
Your eyes crossed.
Eyes crossed.
I'm sorry.
I knew what you meant.
I know what you meant.
I said arms crossed, didn't I?
No, you said
Arms
eyes.
crossed and
You said
eyes squinting.
bestie. You said eyes crossed and eyes squinting.
We knew what you meant. We know what you meant.
We know what you meant. Yeah, I just talked to him. There's some stuff I found during my initial perimeter check. I just wanted to ask him about, make sure he was aware of, and he was. I think he was a bit startled by it. There's something going on here. It's something Abraham said when we were back at the tavern. It has me a bit worried for him and
Who
his...
was that again? Wait, never mind, sorry.
Forgot
She would
the
know, right?
person. Yeah, you would. You would
person
know,
you were having
Abraham.
dinner with.
You know, the guy who just
Yeah,
gave you dinner.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good.
No, my brain thought it was somebody else at the tavern.
No, you're okay.
Yeah. Because she didn't sit with you guys at the tavern.
Yeah. He mentioned something about, like... He said something about... And pointing to the moon. I think if there's a full moon tomorrow. I didn't give him the full, like, what's going on. Initially, I thought he had something to do with it. But it's not the case. I'm just worried that something is going to come here for him and his family. Just be on the lookout.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay out here. I don't really sleep, so perfect one to keep watch, right?
I guess. As long as you take care of yourself, too.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen to me now? That's a joke. I will take care of myself, I promise.
Be good. Was this you as well? She has the she's like
No, no, I can't make anything. I believe that was Liam. He's the blacksmith in town.
you know what I mean.
I know what you.
Okay, well I should head in before they get worried. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night. Be safe.
Stork, Timka.
Okay.
Just mutters in Infernal.
Yeah. You stay in
And
the
she
barn.
understands.
Yep. You stay
doesn't
in the
know that.
barn.
You don't know that.
So Bishop is staying out in the barn, and Astra goes back to the room with Aridia, and everyone settles in to sleep. But some of you have dreams. Astra. You settle into sleep. You wrap yourself in your nice warm blanket and you lay your head down. It's been a long day. You've done so much walking. You basically rebuilt an entire barn single-handedly. It's been a long day. Busy day.
In heels.
And in heels, of course. All in heels. You settle in and you lay your head down to rest. And you your eyes open and begin to focus as that warmth you feel as you drift into sleep grows to an uncomfortable level. You open your eyes and you look across a landscape. You see a familiar skyline. You see small settlements, villages dotted around. But the heat comes from directly below you. You look down and you are standing at the very edge of the pit. You have never been this close before. Not even within several miles this close. But now you are standing at the very edge of it. You almost instinctively have to back up to stop yourself from sliding into it. You kind of take a step back and some of the dirt kind of breaks away beneath your feet, dropping into this infinite abyss of red void. For the audience, the pit is believed to be a portal in Gloria that exists very close to a region known as the Gate. The pit is believed to be a portal into the Nine Hells itself, from which demons rise from. This is a well-known thing within Gloria. Astra, as you look down, you see far below fields of fire. You see humanoid creatures with elongated arms, claws, horns. Some of them have what look like bat wings. Some of them hold pieces of metal, shields, swords, what have you. And they don't seem to be coming towards you, but they linger near the bottom of this pit. It's a terrible sight. Something you've never witnessed up close before. And then you hear an all too familiar voice standing directly behind you. What have you done? You hear the voice of your mother. Do you turn around to face her?
She will, but she'll look down. She can't look her mother in the eye. Or...
You turn, you look, and you see her armor looks slightly tattered. The white dress that she wears torn in places, dirt trailing the bottom of it, demon blood across her metal boots. But you don't look her in the eye. You look down, kind of almost examining these boots covered in blood. You see at her side, you see the glow of a blue turquoise sword glowing. You abandoned your destiny. You abandoned everyone who needed you. But worst of all, you abandoned me. Your own mother. I raised you. And you left. You were going to do such great things. You were going to save all of us. And you left.
I don't think I'm the person that's supposed to.
There is
I can't,
no one else.
I can't do the things you need me to do.
You have to. It's what you're made for. Only you have the power to keep them at bay. Only you have the power to close the gate for good. That was what you were made to do. And you left.
I imagine that Astra right now is probably feeling really small, and scared, and her wings are gonna come out.
Yeah.
Her bat-like skeletal black wings are gonna come out and kind of like wrap around herself in like a protective way.
Yeah.
Wings that are so that she can't even fly with. I can't do it.
Can't or won't? You have an immense level of power. You'll be stronger than me one day. But I think you refuse to accept that. And if you won't accept your destiny, if you won't close the gate, if you won't close the pit off for good, I'll have to take matters into my own hands. And are you continuing to not look at her?
She'll probably look up.
You look up, and as you do, you look up and you see, almost as what kind of attracts your eye to look up, you see a gauntleted hand, the one not holding the sword, raises up. You kind of follow the hand as it goes up to her face. You see the fabric of the blindfold that she wears over her eyes. And you see her reach up a hand, grab it, and tear it off her face. You see as she drops it to the ground, You see, she opens her eyes, and they are bright red and orange. They glow with a deep light. Her face, normally regal and beautiful, starts to turn gray from her eyes, kind of slowly growing away. This is what you have done. This is what you have forced me to do, Astra. I will do what is necessary.
I'm sorry. And she's gonna run.
You turn to run. Your foot, the ground beneath it slips, and you topple over the side. You start rolling. Your wings expand. You try to get them to flap so that you can fly, but you can't. You roll over and over and over, sliding down. Your hands grip at the sides, but you find no purchase, and eventually a lip of the ground kind of pushes you outwards, and then you are falling, and then you wake up.
She will sit up in a cold sweat and just like her breathing is so like fucked right now, and she's just like trying to calm herself down from a panic attack.
Yeah. You, as you wake up and kind of almost like, I imagine you're like holding yourself, you feel on your back, your wings, as they almost wrap around yourself instinctively.
Oh. Just gonna grab the blanket that Bishop gave her and just like fully, completely like wrap herself in it.
You think about what you saw. Seeing, it's strange. You didn't know what to expect under the blindfold, but it's somehow worse than what you could have ever imagined. You don't know how much. Dreams are strange and fickle, but you don't know how much of that is real or interpretation of the mind, but what you saw truly terrified you. You still have no idea how to do what she's asking you to do.
Nope.
No. So you wrap yourself in your blanket and you just sit and try to control your breathing. Okay.
Yep. I don't think she falls back asleep after that.
Okay. Veldren.
There's no way. I'm just a guy. Leave me alone.
Get him. Or hurt Veldren as much as you hurt me, please.
Get him. Eat him.
Veldren, you lay back in bed and you're drow, so you don't sleep, correct? You trance.
I trance, so I don't technically dream. A lot of times with trances, it is replaying old memories. But, of course, there is a possibility for anything with magic.
Yeah. You do a lot of your dreams as you call them. You call them dreams because that's what everyone else calls them. You don't know what other people experience because you only experience what you've ever experienced. So you call it a dream because that's what you see.
I've read about dreams before. Like I guess I've read about them kind of, but I don't have the knowledge or the experience to put them into my own.
And you kind of drift off into your trance. And you are back underground in the sewers. You kind of open your eyes in this memory. You wonder which memory it could be. And it's you are there, and as you open your eyes, you start to hear a sound. An all too familiar sound that chills you to the bone. You hear the sound of crying in the distance. But it is not human. For those of you who are familiar with the Left 4 Dead series, it sounds like the witch. That is what Veldren is hearing right now. Just as an audio reference for you all. Veldren, you've heard this sound before, and the first few times you heard it, it worried you, it made you afraid, you didn't know what to think of it, but you've grown used to it now. It doesn't worry you. You've had dreams, if you call it that, like this before. What concerns you is when the memory doesn't line up with reality. Because as you're standing there listening to this sound, Sybil walks past you. Sybil should not be in this memory.
Yeah. Sybil's never been here.
No, Sybil has never been here. She walks past you, continues down, walking towards the sound.
I think I call out. I think I go, like, I'm very confused at this point. I know this isn't normal. Like, Sybil, no.
There is no response. It's almost like she can't hear you. She walks to the end of the row and goes round a corner, heading in the direction which you know leads towards the source of this sound, this crying.
I run after her to try to stop her.
You run as fast as you can towards the end of this hall. It seems to almost extend as you run, but you do reach the corner. You round it, you make your way out into the common area. There seems to be no one else around. You look, and you see Sybil again disappear around another corner, heading down the hallway, and you know what door lies at the end. You run, you round the corner, and you see Sybil stood in front of this door.
Sybil, no. You can't. Don't.
She turns the handle. The door opens. She takes a step back. There is a horrific scream. And then you wake up.
thing for Veldren. It's a very like he doesn't jolt forward. I think his eyes open and his muscles, like especially around his chest, almost stiffen slightly as he takes in a breath. What was that? What was that? I just left. He can't be in trouble yet. Affecting me? I quickly do just a quick check of my
Yeah.
body,
You check
looking for
yourself over.
any black veins.
Make me a investigation check.
That is going to be 15.
15. You check yourself over. You don't find any signs. You look around the room. As I'm assuming Sybil is still fast asleep. Sybil is passed the fuck out. Sybil is sleeping. But you take stock of everything, and everything seems normal. And then you realize the crying hasn't stopped.
Fuck.
You hear it coming from
Is
downstairs.
Is it moving outside?
You hear it coming from downstairs. Not from next door.
I'm gonna get up and silently leave the room.
Okay.
Footsteps not even making a sound.
Okay. What? Well,
yeah, I'll roll for it.
Make a stealth check. And Sybil, what is your passive perception?
11.
11.
Perfect.
You're gonna beat it so easily.
26.
Yeah.
26? Yeah.
Sorry, 24.
Silent.
24.
Oh, only 24? Well, Sybil,
yeah.
No. Sybil, you're passed the fuck out. Veldren, you silently make your way out. You silently open this door. You step out into the hallway. You still hear it.
I think I'll make my way down to where I think I'll follow the sound.
You silently.
Still moving as quiet as I can.
Yeah, with a 24, I'm not going to make you roll again. That's really good. You make your way down the steps into the main abbey. The sound almost, now that you're down here, almost seems to echo closer now. It's so eerily similar. Inhuman. What do you do?
I think the look on Veldren's face is not one of fear right now. He's heard this too many times. It is a look of curiosity of how is it so similar? Is it like the same pitch?
It's
Or is it like different pitches from like different vocal cords?
make me an make it a straight up intelligence check.
Yeah. 13?
13. Okay. It sounds basically the same. You can't tell if it's different. Maybe it's slightly higher pitch. You don't know, but I mean, it can't be him. He's not here.
Yeah.
But it's
Possible
unmistakably the same.
Is it the same? I will continue to follow the sound until I find the door.
Okay.
That I think it's coming from. Is the door locked?
You descend, you follow the sound. You don't have to make any rolls. You just follow the sound, really. You find a stairwell leading down, or like a spiral staircase that leads to a basement level of this abbey. And then you find a metal door set into the wall. You say you're checking to see if it's locked?
Yeah, is it locked?
It is not. You twist the handle,
I don't open the door.
Oh, no. I'm saying you twist
Okay,
the
okay,
handle
okay.
like you're testing it.
Yeah,
Feels like it would open.
I'm
It is not
okay,
locked.
okay.
But you hear from inside unmistakable crying, this horrible, sad, hurt, pain sound.
I won't say anything, but in my head, I'm just thinking. I'll find an answer for you two, Lilia. I'm so sorry. And I think I'll spend the night sitting here in the hallway, making sure the door doesn't open.
Okay.
Make sure no one comes down to investigate or anything like that.
Okay. All right. And last, but certainly not least, Bishop. You don't sleep, correct?
No, I don't sleep.
What do you do
That's
throughout the
why.
night as you're in this barn? What do you do?
Well, for 4 hours, I am perched on the roof of the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Like positioning my head where I can get like the most, uh, the biggest visual of everything in the area,
Hmm.
and then I just don't move
Okay.
for a good 4 hours because,
Yeah.
as Reborn, we don't sleep, but we get a long rest by pretty much staying still for 4 hours.
Okay.
But you're still conscious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then for the next 4 hours, I'm just keeping more of an actual head swiveling watch.
Okay. Yeah. So for 4 hours you are up on the roof, kind of just watching, but
And
resting.
it's kind of that.
And then what would you do for the rest of the night?
I think after that 4 hours, it's like actually getting down from the barn and like just walking around the farmland, just like not get bored and like actually do something.
Okay. So you're just
But
walking.
still like keeping like a perimeter scout.
Yeah. You kind of walk around, and you, yeah. So you're like walking. Are you walking through the fields? Are you walking around them? Are you like what's the perimeter you're keeping?
Just the farm, like the very outskirts of the farm, just making a big circle for
Okay.
until I see movement like from the house, like someone's
Mm-hmm.
might be coming out,
Okay.
and then I'll
So
bolt back into the barn.
so you're watching the house, or are you okay? Okay. In that case,
Kind of like head on a swivel.
so you're wanting to okay. So if you see movement, you're gonna go back into the barn.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Go back in the barn and keep an eye out from there where I can be hidden.
Okay. Probably after your 4 hours. So you do get your rest. So you can take that if you would like.
Oh yeah. Hey, guess who's got Form of Dread back?
Mm-hmm. You get your rest. And then maybe an hour or so after that, you do see, walking through town, you see a group of maybe 5 figures. You see the torchlight first. You see someone carrying a torch. And they are just walking through town. Do you make your way into the barn to hide as they are vaguely coming this direction?
if they're coming in this direction, I'm going to. There's like fields, right? In the
Yeah.
crop.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like any kind of like bush or vegetation or plant like along the side of the trail leading up to the barn?
No, the barn itself is pretty kind of separate
Or
from the
leading up to the house?
fields. Not particularly. There's like maybe like a couple of bushes, but like not anything big. And if you're wanting to hide in something, there's not like a bush like that you could hide in. It's not it's not bishop sized, shall we say. But the barn is right there if you wanted to hide there.
No trees?
Not really, no.
Damn.
It's kind of an open field.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to. Actually, gonna flip for it.
Okay.
Evens. Okay. So what I'm actually gonna do is kind of do the same thing I was doing with the barn, and like
Okay.
climbing up on the roof and like. But I'm gonna do that to the house, and just like flatten myself
Okay.
on the roof to like
Are
kind of make myself
you
harder to see.
are you moving stealthily? Because they are
Yes.
coming in your direction. Okay,
Yes.
make a stealth check then, please.
Six. I love that.
Okay.
Sees. I rolled my last inspiration, so 25.
25. Okay. You very quietly make your way, and you're going on top of the house, you said?
Yeah, on the house.
Okay. You do that. And you sit up on the roof. You see...
Like, press
Yeah.
down, laying
Mhm.
prone.
Yeah. You see the group kind of seems to pass. You see some of them. There's maybe about 8 of them. You see a couple of them go toward maybe about. I said there was 8 of them, didn't I? There would be about 9 of them actually. Sorry, I miscounted. 4 of them go towards the tavern and seem to kind of step inside, and then the other 5 seem to come in your direction. And they look strange. You can't make out details. Or you're focusing more on hiding, so you can't passively see this. But if you want to actively try and have a look, you can try and grab details of these figures.
Absolutely. Okay. Perception. 19.
19. You look at these figures and you realize that they seem to be purposely trying to hide their identities. They wear long coats that kind of make them seem a little bit shapeless, so it's hard to tell if they're thin, tall, small. You can't tell. They wear masks over their faces that look almost like theater masks, just like pure white with kind of eye holes and like a mouth shape. They carry crossbows, and they seem to walk towards you, past the house, continue over towards the barn. They seem to step inside. Do you do anything?
You know what? A second, I'm sorry. I don't know. Helpful. Yeah, I'm gonna try and stealth my way over to get a better look.
Okay. Sure. I'll let you keep your stealth roll from before.
I mean, yeah, 25 was good.
Yeah, you make your way over. And you kind of, as you go in, the light seems to have gone out. You go over to the barn. The doors seem to have kind of closed. Almost like they've closed them behind them. Are you kind of trying to quietly open them?
Okay, so
Keeping your stealth roll from before, I'm asking if that's what you're doing.
So if this barn is like structured how I think it is, there's should be like a second floor with like where they move the bales of hay out. Can I get in through that into that top?
It's like a single floor building. It's not a fancy thing. It is a
Oh, okay.
It's like it's tall, but it's not got a second floor.
Okay, then yeah, I will. I'm gonna try and do that. Yeah.
You open the doors and you see no sign of light inside. You open the door a little further and you see 5 crossbows pointed directly at you. Tom, what's your AC?
Male. 16.
Okay. That hits. That one also hits. Jesus Christ, that one also hits.
Do I by any chance have like half cover since I'm like peeking through the door?
Nope. They beat your one of them beat your 25. They knew you were coming.
Oh, okay.
They 4 crossbow bolts hit you directly in your chest, one after the other. Jesus Christ.
That long rest, guys.
That is 30 piercing damage. Are you... I have to ask this because you're level 3. Are you still up?
Let me see if there's anything.
Tom,
because
you still up?
Right now, no.
No?
Unless I can find a thing.
Okay. What thing are you looking for?
I don't know.
Do you have any? It would be in reactions if you have anything.
I mean, I have reaction spells, but nothing for reducing damage.
No?
Yeah, unconscious.
In that case, the 4 bolts, one after the other, thud, 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 into you. You see these masks. You take a step back, the doors seem to open. They kind of lower their crossbows, kind of like they're starting to reload, but the 5th one kind of holds up a hand, kind of waiting. You stumble back and drop to the ground. Bishop, I'm gonna need you to make a death saving throw.
That's okay. I have advantage on these.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Jay, I take back what I said.
What'd you roll, Tom?
I rolled a 1.
And
a natural fucking 20.
oh
Bitch!
my god. In that order? Did you roll the one first?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, this is what happens. This is what happens, Bishop. So, you take these hits. Your form of dread is not active. You are caught completely by surprise by this. You realize that you were lured into some sort of trap. You think back to earlier in the day when you showed your monstrous form. Clearly word of that got out. You start to slip into unconsciousness. You feel a familiar feeling as the ground almost seems to start swallowing you whole. And then you hear her voice in your mind. No. No, how dare they damage my vessel? They will pay with my wrath. Bishop, your vision goes black. Like you pass out. The next thing you know, you're standing upright. You are on 1 hit point, as the Nat 20 would say. You look, kind of blink your eyes. You're standing where you were what felt like moments ago, but there is no sign of the 5 figures. Only scorch marks across the ground. And that is where we are going to end the session.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck, B?
Bishop, I told you there would be consequences.
Oh no, you're right. But at the
Holy
same time,
shit.
that's hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mommy? Sorry.
Yeah.
Mommy? Please?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed session 3 of Tales of Agius. Let's do some outros, shall we? Why don't we go?
What the fuck?
We're gonna go in stream order. So let's start with you, Jay.
Are we? We're gonna start with me?
Yeah, we're gonna start with you, Jay.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Composing myself. Hi, hello, my name is Jay. You can find me over at my socials at SEQUO, also known as Sequo, unless it's Twitter, otherwise it's going to be Voice of Jaca, Jaca. You can find me here every other week, starting every week whenever we start back the regular New Rollist game. You can find me playing the wonderful, sweet, just a guy, Veldren. He's just a guy.
Just a little guy.
He is just a guy. I'm not like the rest of you. The rest of you got a lot of bullshit going on. I'm just trying to help someone. I'm gonna start making TikToks again soon, probably.
Hell yeah.
I want to. I want to start uploading clips of one of my home games. That you will see a couple familiar faces from here with my Curse of Strahd game that I've been running. It's not going to be uploaded anywhere. It's just a fun little home game. But there are some funny little clips that come up from that fucking game.
Yeah.
You might be able to see Tent Fight. Who knows? But yeah, that's me.
Did your ass just say tit fight?
Tent
fight.
Tent.
Speaking of tent fight, I wonder who could have been involved in that. Abigail, you want to go first? You want to go next?
I lost the
Oh, yeah.
fight. That's all you guys need to know is I lost the fight against the tent. Hi, I'm Abigail, also known as Abigail the Nerd, on all socials, including Threads and Blue Sky. And I was so tired of making new accounts, so can we please stop creating more social media? I'm begging.
Mm.
And you can find me here every other week for Tales of Ages, and then when New Rollers comes back, I will be playing Lunara, our changeling druid. Aside from that, I don't think I have anything. So that's all.
Okay. Next, we will go to the wonderful Hans.
Hello, I'm Hans. You can find me on all social media at HansKate. It's the same everywhere. I'm easy. Alternating Wednesdays, you can find me here for Tales of Ages. And then opposite Wednesdays, you can find me over on New Age Geeks for Queer and Present Danger, where I play Ashira, my she-elf cleric. And then this Sunday, we are coming back for the Space Station Sappho, the sequel, our Thirsty Sword Lesbian fundraiser for Make-A-Wish, the Roll for Wishes. We'll be over on the Logomancy Twitch at 5:30 CST. And you can find us there, and I'm excited because we're gonna just romance each other a whole bunch more. I'm very excited. So yeah, I'll be there. That's me.
Next up, we go to the wonderful Jet.
Hmm?
Yeah, you.
Yes,
Oh,
you-
hi. Okay. Yo, what up? I'm Jet, also known as Cause Pingu all over the internet. So that's TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky, because I am on that place now. Well, I mean, I've been on it for the last year, but whatever. If you are into fandom shit, you can find me as fandoming again. On TikTok and Blue Sky and Twitter. Yeah, and you can also find me here every other Wednesday. Oh, sorry. One more thing. Coming up on the 1st, December 1st, 8th, 15th, and 22nd, all Sundays at 8 a.m. MST. I think it's 10 a.m. EST. You can find me on Game Master Mondays channel for a I can't remember what the system is called, but we are raising money for the PCRF. Yeah. I'll put it in my links eventually. That's me.
All right, and last but certainly not least, the Walking Dead. Tom.
Hi, it's me, everyone's favorite dead problem. Hi everyone, I'm That One Warlock. I make the saddest characters you've ever seen on the internet, and become pin cushions for some of them. You can find me on every single social media at That One Warlock. If you like seeing my brand of dramatic chaos, you can find me on Mondays over on the Starfield for oh god, it's the first word that always the Guardians of Neptune's Cairn, the Werewolf the Apocalypse 5e game where I play as just a man named Travis, the Therage Glasswalker, with Pack Pariah as the girlfriend. We're fixing that. And then on Tuesdays, you can find me over on Game Raider Girls Twitch channel, where I play Backer Jostrums, the half-dragon-born Circle of the Moon druid, who wild shapes exclusively into dinosaurs. Last session, we lost 2 party members, and then got yeeted through a portal, so we'll see how that happens. Then you can find me here every Wednesday when I'm not playing as everyone's favorite dead man, Wonderland. I play Connor Hattison, the blood hunter barbarian who's just a big werewolf of a dad. And then on Thursdays, Thursdays you can find me over on Worldtree Quests in Fathoms Below, the first ever, as far as I'm aware, completely underwater campaign. So those of you with thalassophobia, this is probably not the campaign for you. I would say you could find me there playing as everyone's favorite underwater twink Ariel, but Ariel caught a case of the deads last Thursday, so we will see what happens after tomorrow's session and our holiday break. Well, we'll have answers after tomorrow, so who knows what's gonna happen. I should also mention that there is no Revivified, there is no Raised Dead at the moment, so yeah, this character's really dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where you can find me. And I'm gonna knock it out of the park to our lovely and traumatizing GM.
Hi everybody, I'm B, also known as Beddoes D&D on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all those places. Blue Sky as well now, I am there, yes. I don't try to kill my players like that every single session, just when, consequences. And some really good rolls. Jesus Christ. Those... I was so worried I was going to get a 20. I got three. Was it 3 that I typed them out? Was it 3 19s I got in my rolls there?
Yeah, 2 19s and 18
2
and a
19s, an 18, a 17, and a 15. The 15 only just missed you.
Yeah.
Yep. Wild. But yeah. You can find me here jamming this Tales of Agius every other Wednesday. You can find me tomorrow over on twitch.tv/Madaloon for Dungeons and Demigods, our Percy Jackson D&D campaign. Things are heating up there. We also have a guest tomorrow. Ooh, exciting. I will also say, going into tomorrow's episode, if you're going to donate any resources like inspirations and stuff like that, they will carry over to the next session, as tomorrow's session is pre-recorded. So we are not responding to chat. That is why. Maddie's going on some adventures for the next couple of weeks, so we are pre-recording the next couple of sessions that will be going out, but they will be carried over, so any inspiration that was given in tomorrow's session, we will use in the following session, or the session after that, depending how things go. Your resources will not go to waste, put it that way. Yes, we greatly appreciate you. Please check out Error 313 on all podcasting platforms, primarily Spotify. All 8 episodes of the series are out. We worked really hard on it. We're really excited. It has officially passed 3,000 total listens, which is crazy. Thank you guys so much. We didn't think even 100 people would listen to this across all 8 episodes. We thought just our friends would listen to it and that would be it, but a lot of people are really enjoying it and a lot of people want more. So, check it out, and then maybe we'll make more. Who knows? And maybe there are some other cool projects that might be coming down the pipeline at some point from other people. Who knows? Maybe some fun projects. You should check it out. Follow the socials. Era 313 show, I believe, on most socials. You can find them. Blue Sky. I believe we have. Yes, we have a TikTok as well. Instagram, all of those. You can find them there. And I believe that is me. I don't believe I've forgotten anything. So thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to find somebody to raid real quick. Who is live? Do we have any suggestions from anyone? Any other people who are live that we
Danny.
can go check out? Danny Phantom EXE is live. We could go over to there.
I always recommend him.
Yes. We could, yes, we can go over to Danny. So go say hello to Danny, and we will see you over there. Let's set up the raid. I forget. Hang on. I can spell.
I can't.
What's that like?
If that's correct.
If spell check was
Aha,
my thing.
yes, the raid is set
Oh.
up. But yes, please go check out Danny. Go say that we said hello. And yeah, we will see you guys same place, same time in 2 weeks' time. Say goodbye, everyone.
I'm not dead again.
Bye, everyone.